Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Renowned Explorers. We're headed out to the Emerged Island. I think this is going to be good. I'm a little concerned. The Emerged Island, the most recent version of the Emerged Island, after they changed it quite a while ago at this point, but when they added the crab encounters, I felt like it got a lot more difficult. So, we're coming in with 6 resolve, and, our defenses are not great, but we have significant offense. Hopefully, we can hold out here. If we manage to get to the end of this, I think we're going to be positively awash in resources. So, after a turbulent voyage, you arrive at the recently emerged island. The ground is still a bit wet, and it smells like rotting fish. Gross. This island just sort of came up off the ocean floor, who knows why. You haven't even taken your first steps when you hear the sound of drums. You think you have time to make a plan, but then, without warning, a pair of blow darts flies towards Jean-Pierre. Hit by the dart, he is suddenly able to speak. Well, thank God it hit him. A couple of voodoo pirates come running out of the jungle, and here we go. Yeah, the dart, as it says there, makes it so that the person struck cannot speak. This is pretty good. This is a pretty good payout. If that had hit Minjong, we would maybe have been in some real trouble. Oh, and look at that, they're weak to Satin. Well, let's start this off the way we must. Yeah, he can't get anywhere near her. I guess we just pick one. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to set up the tearjerker, but we can just blow 1 or 2 of these guys out real fast. Yeah, I figured that wouldn't be enough. Probably what we'll prefer to do is just, take one guy down completely. Oh, I forgot to move her. I spent all that money buying this thing that gives her an aura that lowers people's speech defense, and then I didn't bother to move her adjacent to anybody. So she's not lowering anyone's speech defense. Can he one-shot this guy? He cannot. Alright, I'll take this. Same strategy as always. Match him, then move to the superior attitude. And I don't think we should be in any grave danger. Actually, they're still hitting Harry for more than half his health. Well, I hope that she... Okay, that works. Attack nobody is a fine plan. Oh, she's not weak against that. She's weak against Enrage. Okay, that'll work. You look like a clown. She sort of does with all the makeup. She kind of looks like the worst clown ever. No, never mind. This guy's face is a skull. He's the worst clown ever. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of clown you're talking about, doesn't it? Because I think the Insane Clown Posse... Are their faces painted to look like skulls? I don't know. The voodoo pirates are scared and apologize for being so aggressive toward you. When you ask them what this place is and what they're doing on this island, they shiver with fear. You've been intimidating them for a while when one of them starts talking. He tells you that once every 50 years, this island emerges from the depths of the sea in order for the captain to take his revenge on the Spanish. Really? He has to take his revenge on the Spanish every 50 years? That seems odd. But then, suddenly, his lips start melting together. The other one yells, "Oh no! The curse! The curse!" as they both run back into the jungle. Yeah, that's legitimately terrifying. That is not an overreaction at all. Alright, well, obviously... It's interesting, it's called Salty, but she's not the one who gets salty. She'll make everybody else salty. Or maybe she is the one who gets salty. Actually, I bet she really does not let stuff go. That's my suspicion. Well, we have quite a few supplies. We can afford to kind of fan out. Ooh, we found an interesting blue crystal. Oh, I forgot about this. I'm really glad I went to this node. So, on this island, there are 3 crystals. Each one appears at a node that only shows one resource type. There's a blue crystal that appears at Just Science. You'll see. If we find all 3 of the interesting crystals, something special will happen. So like this, the yellow crystal could be here. We're going to head this way first, because obviously we want to hit cultural challenges. Because, we want to lean into Minjong's thing even more. She seems bananas. Like, really, really powerful. The crew finds what's left of a Spanish galleon. It's a total mess, though. It's going to take some archaeological insight to find anything of value. Minjong's search leads to a hidden compartment with some gold. Spiffy is... Wow. Boy, you don't hear spiffy very often. That's low frequency. You know how I feel about paying 2 supplies to go places. Oh man, I think that's the big crab fight. You hear voices while traveling the island. You quietly follow the direction they are coming from and find a guarded hut. Luckily for you, the guards are busy insulting and chasing some voodoo monkeys. You enter the hut with Harry on the lookout. It's a weapons store. You don't have much time, so you take some valuable-looking ones, and with Jean-Pierre, the expert tactician, with you, you're certain that you have grabbed the best. He has 1 rank of tactician. That might have been sarcasm. The game might have been being sarcastic at us. Walking through the trees, Minjong spots a rare fish up a tree. In order to study it further, someone needs to bring it down. I mean, we could just wait until the island submerges again, right? I guess we'll just have Jean-Pierre climb up there. It would be a real bummer to lose a point of resolve here, but he probably won't, and we do need the XP. I would like for everybody to cap out pretty quickly. Some of the combats here can be a little tricky, mostly the ones that involve crabs. The fish is brought down with ease. Everyone is amazed and wants to study the specimen, but Jean-Pierre argues to cook and eat it. Do I want to supply over 3 study tokens? I mean, our study tokens are pretty boss, but I love supplies. I bet we can get more than 1 study token out of the extra move that we'll... Or more than 3 study tokens out of the extra move that we're going to get. This is awkward. So we can go here, then try to, like, wind our way back. Yeah, I'll try that. We found an abandoned voodoo hut where they used to practice voodoo. Apparently the whole island is just covered in these things. Jean-Pierre gets goosebumps from this place and urges the others to make haste. In the hut you find some valuable voodoo tools, but it seems the voodoo is gone. A weird slab of stone lays on the ground. It looks extremely heavy. Oh, I thought that was... That weird slab of stone can be lifted up by an athlete, but I guess you have to be a level 5 athlete to do it? Bummer, man. We missed out on some tokens there. I think that's all it is tokens, but it's good tokens. It's big ones, I think. Smoke is rising from the horizon. After a short walk, you discover that it's a campfire with a bearded man next to it. You introduce yourselves and listen to his story. The man is a captain of a ship named the Stubborn Guppy that was sailing toward America with many goods on board. All of the captain's crew either died or joined Captain Roche, but the captain is determined to continue his journey to America when the island sinks once more, while the ship floats. He has but one request. He still has some supplies left, but one of his crates has gotten stuck high up in a tree. If you could get it out, that would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. Laugh at the captain, take his supplies, and leave? See, this one's a little bit trickier because she doesn't get, she doesn't get any XP anymore. But I would really love to have 2 supplies. I think we can wager against a point of resolve at this point with 6? Probably. Yeah, this seems fine. There you go. Minjong constructs a neat pulley. When the crate is a few meters from the ground, the rope snaps and the crate falls to the ground. Some goods are damaged, but mostly it's okay. The bearded man is very happy. He will spread the word when he gets to America and gives you some of the supplies that were in the crate. I don't know why that was disturbing. The button I clicked on to end that encounter said disturbing and interesting. I don't think that should have been disturbing. Ooh, okay, so at this point in the game, to be perfectly honest, given the value of our insight spends, I kind of think we might just take 3 insight. I know that I've been holding off on this, but honestly, we just don't get that many rogue checks, and 8 study tokens is pretty good value, but each of our points of insight is going to be 2 discovery tokens plus some other stuff. I think we gotta take the insight. I think this is right. Poor Jean-Pierre doesn't get to tell his story. Out of nowhere, in the middle of the night, Minjong shouts that she's got it! After that, she immediately falls asleep again. Everyone is startled and a bit annoyed. However, this will probably serve your feud with Rivaloo. Yeah, I'm sure whatever she was talking about, it's really important. Alright, so we gotta visit all the nodes that are, aha! We found it! The yellow crystal. You wonder if it belongs to someone. You found 2 similar crystals now. You wonder if there's any connection. You put the 2 crystals together, but nothing new is discovered. Okay, well there's no point in not checking this node since it would cost us 2 to get over there anyway. Oh hey, the hidden hoard. Lucky me. So we could sweep down... Honestly, let's just go this way. We'll get the supplies and then we'll move back up. You see some strange fruit hanging from the trees. Nobody's sure what kind of fruit it is since the island's been underwater for so long. But we should definitely eat it. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to trade some resolve for supplies. The question is, do I want to go 2 for 5? I think so. You take every piece of fruit you can find. After eating some, Harry becomes sick, though. The rest of the crew is fine, and Minjong takes some note of his symptoms for research. Okay. That's fine. That was okay. Ah, we have failed to find our way around to a path that doesn't cost 2 supplies to move into. Ah, we did it! All the crystals. That was really fast and, I think pretty lucky. Usually you have to explore a lot more nodes to find them all. Wow, such a rare crystal can give you status, and you feel like its existence is no coincidence. You've found 3 similar crystals now. You put them together to see if anything happens. As soon as the third one gets close, they respond, start shaking, and eventually melt together into one big clear crystal. So if you take the crystal, you get a treasure, obviously. You can destroy it instead, and if you do that, it has an effect on the boss that we'll talk about when we get to the boss, but for our purposes, we definitely just want to take it. Oh, bummer. The 3 unique things that it can have are plus 25% renown from each of the resources. This would have been a really nice time to pull science. Well, honestly, we're getting a lot of status. I'll take this. This is fine. I'm pretty disappointed in that, though. That could have been so many points of status. You see a red mask lying on the ground with a giant scar down the middle. Suddenly, the mask suddenly starts talking. I can teach one of you the island's art of battle. It is only useful on this island. Put me on your face, and the knowledge is yours. Harry. Harry puts on the red mask, whose eyes light up. You hear the mask talking to Harry in a strange language. After about 10 seconds, the mask's eyes return to normal and it drops on the ground. Harry feels strange, but can continue the journey. Wow, we got encounter tokens for that. So I wanted to pick Harry over Jean-Piet, in part because Jean-Piet has a better speech attack. Not necessarily that his speech attack is higher, but that I prefer Sadden over Enrage in most circumstances. But also, obviously, I like to give stats to people who have AoE attacks for obvious reasons, I think. Aha! A desolated hut standing in the middle of the jungle with a light burning. You peek inside and see a voodoo pirate, but he is sculpting and does not seem dangerous at all. Well, let's step in there and talk to him. The voodoo pirate is terrified. You calm him down and eventually he feels comfortable. He explains that he's the crew's sculptor. He makes statues and other art for Captain Roche and sometimes other legends. Well, let's definitely go for this. Obviously, the underdog thing plus XP. We really gotta find some more encounters. I've been on this island far too... Wow. Did we just fail at 96%? Oh. Harry asks the sculptor if he can make a statue of the crew, but the sculptor says he won't and asks you to leave. Ouch, man. This can't be anything, right? Because we already hit the hidden hoard. It doesn't cost us anything to check. Yeah, okay. Thoroughness. Alright, let's do this. A pristine mangrove. The area seems untouched by any voodoo work. This means that even those voodoo goons couldn't get past this area. Whatever you're going to find here, it's going to be very dangerous. Should the crew continue? Yeah, there's a treasure at stake. I mean, we kind of have to. You know the rules. The mangrove stands before the crew. It's both magnificent and scary in its untouched nature. After taking some time to observe the saltwater swamp, someone steps forward to say something. Let's move out, but I'm not taking the lead. Yeah, she shouldn't, because if we hit a part that's deep, she's just going to go completely under the water. Alright. First, the crew needs to determine what they're looking for. A naturalist might find some interesting clues, although the options are overwhelming. I think it is probably a good idea to use our tool at this point. I really don't want her to lose 20% speech. Oh, okay. Still almost haven't. Wait a minute, there's most certainly some impressive life forms present in these mangroves. Minjong follows the clues in a curious frenzy while the crew is having a hard time keeping up with her. Where is she leading us? Also, she found supplies. Minjong's little treasure hunt leads you to a very, very murky area of the mangrove with a strong current. It's gross, it's tough to go through, and you'll have a hard time taking all your supplies with you. Minjong ponders what to do. If only someone was athletic enough to carry the supplies. Well... 81%'s pretty good. I'm a little nervous on account of the 96 we just failed, but I don't think I want to use my other tool on this. I think we're just gonna Yeah, we're fine. It's all good. Jean-Pierre smells like the London sewers and is absolutely disgusted, but he managed to carry everything to a more traversable area. A Herculean effort. Then the crew arrives at a place that should have been pristine, a beautiful natural clearing with many exotic flowers, but it's vandalized. Who would come here to cut these old trees and stampede on the flowers? Out of the blue, a group of monsters emerges from the mud. Well, I mean crabs, basically. Not monsters, really. But one of them is obviously the king crab. Of course, the crabs must have crabbed all over the place. Typical crab behavior, to ruin something beautiful. These jerks turn themselves to the crew. It seems they're out to ruin your day as well. Listen, you can't trust a crab. You see the looks on their faces? You see the rage in their eyes? Oh my god. You get a discovery token just for completing this encounter, no matter what you do. That's beautiful. That's wonderful. Okay, the crabs are tricky. So, if you use... This jerk has an incredibly strong shell. Using devious actions easily provokes it. Goes to anger management classes on Friday. These things are strong, and you can see they have mega high defenses. If you hit them with devious stuff, they go into sort of a rage mode, which lowers their defenses by a ton, but obviously gives them a lot more attack. These things are dangerous. Fortunately, we're pretty well suited to this, but I'm actually a little worried. Okay, so this jerk has an incredibly strong shell and a powerful punch. This guy, he isn't as easily provoked. Using devious stuff on him doesn't really work to provoke him, but if we make other crabs provoked, he will get provoked as well, drop his defenses, and come after us. We have to be very careful here. The crabs hit really hard. So let's have a good fallback. I mean, I'm wondering if it's even worth it to use... I don't think it is. Let's not bother using the AoE. We'll let it charge up a little bit. I really like this feature where abilities become more powerful as they come off cooldown. So we're going to do the standard open here. And you're about to see what we're talking about. You dared to provoke the crab people. Okay, so when they're angry, you can see their defenses drop, their armor in particular, but speech defense goes down a little bit. Oh no, his speech defense is just down because of... Oh, I guess aggressive is the way you're supposed to do this. And when they're provoked, they're actually not weak to the emotions anymore. Uh-oh. They're also really fast when they're provoked. Well... I may have miscalculated. I thought this worked differently than it does. Okay, well the good news is, because of the natural bottleneck here, only one of them can attack Minjong. And it's going to be tough for nobody's going to be able to get to Harry. Jean-Pierre's going to have to tank. And of course we have the infinite wave of enemies, as is pretty standard for boss fights, although strangely, really, we haven't seen a lot of it this game. Oh, this dude didn't even move. Okay. So this guy is 10 armor, weak to friendly stuff. Still pretty resistant to devious attacks. So actually, finishing devious is going to be pretty tricky. Well, this is a good start. This downs this crab, but keeps the king crab in hostile mode, or in angry mode. Do I want to stop him from being angry? He has 60 attack power right now. Huh. Where do those other crabs come in? Are they on the far side of the arena, or... Huh. I guess the message said another wave of crabs approaches, so they haven't arrived yet? Usually those messages are used to tell you that enemies have arrived. Okay, so we're actually going to have to go pretty aggressive on this one, I guess. How do I want to do this? Let's put Harry over here, because his defenses are super bad. We're going to build up as many devious points as we can. We're going to have to do a lot of our fighting aggressive. Wait. He has some real complicated feelings about what just happened. I guess let's just hit this one. There's no particular reason for them to be provoked during their turn, right? We can re-provoke them at the beginning of our turn. Yeah, because this way they don't hit very hard. Huh. It did say something about another wave of crabs approaching, didn't it? At the beginning of last turn, I thought. Well, alright. So if we provoke this crab... Alright, let's provoke this crab. Crater his stats and the stats of the king. And then I guess we go after the king and try to ignore this crab, right? It's like, this is the time. So we go like here. Harry maybe throws an enrage. I know that it's not going to do a lot of damage, but it will drop his armor even further, which I think is pretty valuable. The question is, do we enrage and then inspiring attack? Yeah. This will heal up Jean-Piet, and it'll make both Jean-Piet and Harry confident. And it actually does quite a lot of damage. Yeah, 80 is a good start. How much health does he actually have? Only 200 more? Okay, here comes the next wave of crabs. Do they get a turn? Or do they just show up and then they don't get to act until next turn? I'm not actually sure. I don't remember how this works. Okay, they don't get to go this turn. Alright, we can do a lot of damage to this guy. And then... Alright, what we're going to do is do as much damage as we can to this guy. I want to have you stand over here. So we're just going to blast the king crab. Ooh. I wasn't thinking that all the way through. So you run to here. Drop this guy. Yeah, I should have had Jean-Piet do the attack. Because alright, he's having some trouble. He's figuring out what mood he needs to be in. I should have had Jean-Piet perform the attack, because we could have gone Jean-Piet's attack, then the thing that we just did with Minjong, and then use a devious ability with Harry to get us back into devious mode and still have him end up enraged. As it was, if I had devious with Jean-Piet to push us back to devious mode, the king crab would have been sad instead of enraged, which is not okay. Okay, so she's in a pretty bad place. We really don't want to have her, like, rush one of the crabs. Actually, she couldn't even hit him. She could... Nope, can't hit him at all. Can't hit anybody, it looks like. Actually, from where she's standing, can she... Nope. Yeah, she just can't. She can't do anything. Okay, well... I kind of think we have to rack up some devious points here. Oops, not what should be there. So why don't we do this? And then this. Wait a minute, another group of crabs spawned? I think that the spawning algorithm screwed up, because I don't think it was supposed to be no enemies for 2 turns and then a pack on 2 consecutive turns. That doesn't seem right. So we're at 17 to 10. It's not going to be very easy to deal the killing blow to King Crab deviously. But if we can get ahead enough on devious... I'm wondering, if I do this, it'll provoke him. He only has 90 health. I think we can finish him. So let's provoke him. He's already enraged. And then we don't have this available. This is all charged up, and it actually does more damage than his normal attack. How much damage do I predict with? Very, very little. Okay, it looks to me like this might leave him just barely alive. Yeah, I think I took him to 4. Okay, now we finish him with the devious hit. The Jean-Pierre will definitely do 4 damage. There we go. That's 2 more discovery tokens for the pile. Actually 3, because we're about to get a treasure. Ha! You out-bullied the bully. The Crab King is so extremely agitated that his crab heart stresses too much and he gives up the ghost. Wow. That's what happens if you lead an angry life on a diet of fatty shrimps. Minjong takes the king crab for taxidermy. Well, that got real. +1 treasure hunt for each 5 expedition tokens you've gotten. So 2 treasure hunts. Or 6 more encounter tokens. Our treasure hunt token is not improved, so it'll be 75 to 100 gold. And I think 25 to 30 status, maybe? Something in that neighborhood. So this is like 160-ish gold. I mean, we would just take this. What am I thinking? So this is... What? This is like 250-ish probably gold. Because I'm doing a lot of rounding. This is like 250-ish gold and almost 100 status versus 6 encounter tokens, which is considerably less. It's more like 100-something gold and a smaller amount of status, but it does have 30 research attached. I think we should take the treasure hunt tokens, probably. That sure was a weird adventure. The crew feels like they suffered a bit more than normal in these mangroves. As the crew leaves, they talk about their crabby adventure. Minjong thinks it's worth it. Jean-Pierre, however, thinks you suffered a bit too much there just to bring back a giant dead crab. I'm kinda with him on this one. In any case, everyone's happy to be out of there. Alright, let's go exploring. A small dirty puddle, which is perfect for conducting some research about the island's structure. I'm not sure I understand how, but alright, I will accept that. You know, you guys are the professionals. Alright, so I think we might do like an N-shape explore pattern here. Trying my best to take only very efficient paths. As you walk through a dark swamp... Wow, that's a lot of music playing all at once. I'm just gonna let that dissipate a little. That sounded like about 2 musical cues playing on top of the normal music. That's quite loud. As you walk through a dark swampy jungle, you hear scary chanting and people dancing. As you get closer, you see voodoo pirates dancing and singing around a campfire. It seems like something's going to happen soon. I guess that's reasonable. A bird in a cage is being put on a pole. While the voodoo pirates dance around the bird, one of the pirates is reading spells from a spell book. After a while, the bird goes berserk and changes into a voodoo bird. That was both scary and informative. Okay. Harry's gonna learn their dance. He loves dancing. Now they bring up a new recruit, a casual smuggler, and tie him to the post. He looks incredibly nervous after seeing what happened to the bird. Guys, you said this isn't gonna hurt, right? I want fame and fortune, but not like this. The voodoo pirates are about to do the same to him as they did to the bird, and we're just gonna sit here and watch, because there's a discovery token at stake. Minjong studies the ritual and carefully documents the transformation from casual smuggler to voodoo pirate, and the ritual that caused it. Once the ritual is over, everyone, including the new recruit, leaves the area. There's a small box where items used in the ritual are stored, probably to keep the voodoo monkeys from finding them. That's my box now. There's some items such as dry tinder, rope, and cloth. When you move all this aside, you find a voodoo doll. Originals like these are incredibly rare and worth studying. We are killing it on the discovery tokens so far. I think this is, yeah. Good call, Pinkerton. Pretty much a no-brainer there. You continue with your journey, but you realize even more now that some weird things are going on here. That's hard to argue with. Alright, let's get an encounter on, huh? We gotta be pretty close to max level. Yeah, this is gonna max out everybody. The crew walks toward the shoreline, happy to be out of this remarkable but oppressive jungle for a moment. Then, Jean-Pierre stands still. There's a weird noise coming down from under his feet. Giant crabs! A few of them were hiding under the sand and now are all over Jean-Pierre. Well, he'll be alright. He's a tough dude. Okay, how many? 4? No more hidden ones around the edges? Okay, I don't love being completely surrounded. And they're actually pretty tough. So... do I just want to start devious? Here's what I think we want to do. We definitely want to move Harry over so that we can drop the speech defense. Alright, I think we're just going to gang up on this one crab. It might take all 3 of us to kill him. Minjong is in a position where she can't be attacked by too many crabs. Unfortunately, it's still 2. One could move to here, and then we also have this one to worry about. Harry's completely safe in his position, but it's not impossible that we end up losing a point of resolve here. Okay, that guy went after Jean-Pierre. We're safe now. Everything is fine. And none of these guys are awakened. So, Tearjerker is going to hit them especially hard. Oh, the area is not large enough to hit all 3 of them. So I think what we probably want to do... Maybe what we want to do is sadden one of them. This one, maybe. And that'll mean Tearjerker doesn't hit him while he's vulnerable to it, but him being sad will power it up against this guy, and we might be able to wipe that one out entirely. Wow, no, not even close. Our abilities just are not that effective against these crabs. Yeah, alright. Ah, we can't even finish this dude off. Yeah, this sucks. Well, we don't want them to be... You know what? I'm just going to heal. And here's hoping for some really good variance. I don't think we could possibly do enough damage to bring the crab down. In fact, that looked like it might have been minimum. Okay, yeah, these crabs are significantly tougher than the Voodoo Pirates. Like, really, really a lot tougher. It looks like Minjong will, in fact, survive 2 hits. Sorry, not if one of the crabs is enraged. I hate the fact that the captain goes down and everybody's status goes all to hell. Because the thing you need when your captain goes down is for everybody's stats to be completely destroyed, right? Yeah, the fact that it completely obliterated their the attack power of both of my fighting characters is ridiculous. Ugh. Well, I certainly don't want to aggro one of these crabs. Yeah, I guess we'll hit him friendly. I haven't used a friendly attack in what feels like maybe 2 expeditions. But this will get the most damage on him without setting him into rage mode. Wow, they are really fixated on her. Okay. Oh, he's not actually devious out. It's kind of crazy. Alright, well, there's only going to be one of them. And he's going to have to get through an awful lot of grit to kill anybody. Actually, nope, we can't finish that one off. Never mind. Man, we got to stop fighting crabs. Crabs are terrible. Terrible time. You can tell which things were added to the game early and which things were added to the game late. Because everything that was added to the game... Yep. Everything that was added to the game after they originally designed it is about 20 times harder than the stuff that existed at launch. Like, all of the angry crab encounters are so much more likely to take resolve off of you than the Voodoo Pirate ones. Wow, these crabs were jerks for ambushing you from under the sand, but your crew made it clear who the real jerks are. Nah, it's still the crabs. Alright, do I want extra speech on enrage or attack? I feel like I use his attack a lot. And I don't use his enrage that often. I know we're a devious party and everything, and his speech is higher. It should be his enrage. That's definitely the right way to go. Okay, so Jean-Pierre can terrify people with inspiring attack, or he can add a debuff to inspiring attack that tanks the target's speech defense. So I think that's a no-brainer. Okay, we have a teched out crew. I'm super annoyed with how much resolve we just lost in a completely normal fight. A nice opportunity. Some voodoo pirates aren't paying attention to their belongings. A chance for you to make their belongings your belongings, and to feel a bit better about yourself. Yeah, can I gain a point of resolve here? Is that what feel a bit better about myself means? No, it means +5 grit. Harry, you can do this. I believe in you, buddy. I know you screwed up that other thing recently, but, listen, total faith. Ah, cheerio, suckers. Harry takes the gold and the honors. Those voodoo villains don't know what hit them. Yeah, voodoo villains, vastly inferior to us, just normal villains. Well, I don't like that I'm going to have to take a double cost path to get out of here, but otherwise we're not going to get this encounter. You notice a wild deer with beautiful antlers in the woods. You sneak closer to study the beast. But then, out of nowhere, the deer falls. As you walk toward the deer to see what happened, a group of voodoo pirates come to collect their prize. The voodoo pirates really are so much easier than the crabs. Okay, so the ones with the swords are weak to satin. We can do this. I actually kind of wonder if maybe the right thing to do... Hold on. I kind of wonder if we want to engage Devious with somebody else. Like maybe... Why don't we try this? Actually, I did not realize that he was going to be able to one-shot her. And that's without the second hit of his enrage, even. That was fairly impressive. Oh, this won't quite bring them down. Or bring down the one. Can I bring down that pirate just by running over here and making him sad? I can, probably. Alright. It looked like minimum damage was just under his full health. These guys have 0 speech defense. Okay, they do have armor, so we're probably better off doing this. We're probably going to get more damage out of this than we would out of... I should have moved him forward and body blocked the guy. We could have guaranteed that he would only be able to hit Jean-Pierre. Now I've given him the opportunity to go after Harry. And he's going to, because they're gonna gang up on him and try to take a resolve off me. Okay, no, they're not. They often do. As you saw in that last encounter, it is very common for the AI to dogpile one character. Okay. Small tactical mistake that didn't end up getting punished, but it easily could have. It's important to notice that stuff when you do it so that you cannot do it in the future. You bully the voodoo pirates away and you are left with the deer. You take its antlers to sell later. 1 whole collect token. Okay, we still have a fair number of supplies here. We should be okay. You stumble upon a stone with some symbols. If someone could translate what is written on it, you can decide if it has any kind of value. Well, let's see. Minjong puzzles a bit over the symbols and eventually comes to a conclusion. This stone describes how the villagers on this island got scared and left after voodoo rituals had been performed. This stone does have value. Performing archaeology in any form has a kind of abstract value that's difficult to put into words, you know? The unique ecology of the merged island makes it an interesting subject of biological study. We take some notes. Okay, sure. That's fine. That's a fine number of tokens. While you're walking through the trees, Jean-Pierre hears something. As you come closer, you notice a voodoo deer standing in a small clearing. A voodoo deer? It seems not only the pirates and monkeys are cursed on this island. In order to study it further, we'll have to catch it. A failure on this check would be a real bummer. And honestly, the payout of this check is kind of bad. And we don't really need the supply, or we don't really need the, all the tokens. Like, this is just, I don't think that we should go for this. The risk of failure is low, but the reward is also pretty low. Okay, it looks like we're not going to be able to get to any other nodes. Let's just head straight out. Take a quick look around. Okay, if any of these nodes around the exit had supplies on them, I probably would have gone to them and seen if we could have extended things a little. I think this is a fine time to cash out, though. We found the base of the ghost pirate Captain Roche. This place is rather sinister and spooky. Time to get to the bottom of this island's mystery and find a treasure worth taking home. You quietly sneak into Roche's camp, where you hear a loud voice talking. As you get closer, you hear Captain Roche giving a speech to a giant group of voodoo pirates. We have waited patiently for another 50 years on this cursed island, withstanding the horrible smell and the depressing humiliation of the voodoo monkeys. But finally we have emerged once more so that we can take our revenge on the Spanish. So sharpen your blades, clean your blowpipes, and practice your spells, because soon we will sail our ghost ship toward Havana and cause chaos. A loud, overwhelming cheer erupts from the crowd. A few minutes later, the pirates are making preparations, with Roche standing in the middle of the base. There's no way to get to him without alerting all the voodoo pirates. Well, we can make a distraction. So, we do have a flare gun that we stole. We stole a flare gun from them. We could distract them with the flare gun. That has a pretty good chance of working. Or we could blow up some gunpowder kegs, which also has a pretty good chance of working. I guess it doesn't really matter. What is this? Two study tokens versus a single collect? Okay, let's go for the study tokens. You look around the empty, non-guarded buildings of the camp in search of things you can use. Min Zhong spots several kegs of gunpowder. A plan is devised in which a large part of the encampment is blown to bits. Someone needs to carefully wire and place these kegs, though. I think she should be able to pull that off. There's not really a great reason to tool this, except that this is the last skill check on the island, and if we don't use the tool, it is as though we never had it at all, right? Min Zhong places the kegs in strategic places, and then once all the kegs are in place, lights the fuse. An enormous bang, followed by a mushroom cloud, wow, that must have been some explosion, wipes out much of the camp. Many of the voodoo pirates turn into strange purple smoke. The only ones left are Captain Roche, who is strangely untouched despite standing close to a keg, and a handful of voodoo pirates. Time to confront him. You walk toward Captain Roche, who sees you and seems quite angry. Who are you? Was it you who caused this chaos? You look like Spanish dogs to me. We will punch him in the face. Oh, except we can't. Our fist goes right through him. Wahaha, we are cursed pirates. Me in particular. This curse made me spectral, immune to any physical damage. Time to teach you a lesson. Thank you for explaining to us your strengths and weaknesses so that we can better use them against you. So if you get the clear crystal and instead of taking it, you shatter it, it augments the curse and makes him corporeal so that you can, in fact, hit him with physical attacks. Alright, pretty basic voodoo pirates. Roche himself is weak to enrage. It's a good thing we took what we took on Harry there. So let's just blow these guys up as best we can. We will offer Jean-Piet to them. Definitely depressing. I guess technically I should have moved her forward first. So we can't... Hold on. If I go for this, I can almost wipe her out. This does not get her even close. But it does damage Roche. I think this is the right thing to do. Let's use our cute stare. Oh, okay, we got really good damage variance, and it did, in fact, finish her off. And now we have a space that Harry can move to get started. Wow, that does a lot of damage. He hates to be called a snail, but he hates to be called a clown significantly more. Alright, opposing reinforcements are incoming, but honestly I think the odds of that mattering are pretty low. He's terrified us all, but, we weren't going to be using our attack power on him anyway. The pirates spawned to the left, so if we just move around to his right and attack him from over here, we might be able to avoid having to deal with them at all. He's probably going to use speech attacks, so we actually should have Harry hit him now, and then finish him off with Saturn. Actually, never mind, it looks like Harry's just going to kill him. Wow, that was a really easy boss fight. Holy crap, Harry. Well, 2 more discoveries, because remember we're about to get a token. Or what do you call it? Treasure. You are so mean! I cannot take it any longer. Take my stuff and leave me alone. I promise I'll leave the Spanish alone from now on. I don't care about that. Just give me your stuff. Captain Roche dropped his captain's coat. Not only is this an item worth putting in a museum, but it will also strengthen your research on spectral matter. What a fantastic treasure. That's true. A ghost's coat is like a pretty good treasure. +4 study for each level of athlete, so 16 study tokens versus 2 treasure hunts, basically. Yeah, 16's a lot. I'll take it. Alright, what an adventure. Voodoo pirates, voodoo monkeys, and even we beat up a ghost. Well, we didn't beat up a ghost. We made a ghost so mad that he left without even all of his clothes. Hey look, it finally marked us devious. So only 4 treasures that time, and we didn't get exactly what we were looking for from some of them, but altogether, you know, not horrible. We did not get great treasure bonuses, actually. Like, none of these interact with our strategy at all. 6 campaign tokens here, 10 study tokens there. Yeah, not quite what I was looking for, to be perfectly honest. But not a bad haul overall. I think we did okay. Unfortunately, we're not going to end up at like a crazy amount of research. We're going to be north of 1,000, but... Oh, well, I guess we do get research from our our encounter tokens now, that's true. Yeah, we're definitely nowhere near finishing 2 more trees. 4680 is a start. As you return to London, Pinkerton greets you. Minjong, you have time for one last expedition. This is your last chance to gain more renown. We know how it works, man. Then journalists storm into the society. They all want to hear from you. Minjong! Minjong! The world is looking forward to your final discoveries and judgment. What should the world look at when following you? What will bring you the most renown? This is actually kind of interesting, because our tokens are so upgraded that they give us just huge amounts of everything. A lot of the time I would take this, right? Double renown from research and a little bit of extra renown from everything else. But this actually might be better. 60 renown or plus 60% renown from all sources. Because all of the tokens that give us research actually give us more of other things. It might even be straight better to take the 100% on one of the other resources, actually. So we're going to get a lot more gold. What's our conversion right now? 8% of gold as renown versus 18% of research as renown. These bonuses stack additively. So we go to 108% of gold. Wait, plus 100% renown. Maybe these don't stack the way I'm thinking they do. Hold on. Plus 100% renown. Yeah, so it doubles our renown output, which would give us 16%. 16% of our gold is renown. My brain, man. And plus 25%. So the base value is 12, so it would take us up to 21% of our research. And anything that gives us research, like, we're going to get a lot of these tokens, right? I think I'm going to go versatile. I think this is right. Somebody else can do the math, maybe, and tell me I'm wrong. Or I maybe will do the math and respond to the video in the comments. But this is what I'm taking for now. Alright, we'll take a good look. Yeah. It's time to prepare. One last time. Now... Oh, I can't even look. Damn it. I don't remember what our research cost was. I was thinking. I said before that we should use our last letter on this. But actually, we could just try to spend... research papers down to the... Actually, you know what? I'm remembering now. The research paper that unlocks spending insight in Asia is, I think, you have to spend 4 research papers in that tree. So, actually, I don't think there's any way we'll have enough science. We're going to have to use a letter of introduction, letter of recommendation, rather, to get this open. So let's just take it. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking... Oh, no, it's way down here. I thought it was this one. Yes, there was no way we were getting Asian wisdom. Okay, well, we definitely want to finish anthropology, I think. Do I? Wait. Because we want to hit observations. And actually, we probably want to do this first, right? So that we can give Minjong another point of naturalist. Yeah, this can wait. There's no particular reason to do this right this second. So let's go observations. Minjong will learn a scientist perk, a naturalist perk, and it will be one that you don't get from... Oh, I should have looked at what the... I don't think there's one that gives you electromagnetics. I know there's a crew member... There's a specialist you can hire that gives you electromagnetics, though. I'll take biology. I think biology is one that it's harder to learn elsewhere. And then, student joins our entourage. We gain 2 more insight. We get extra study tokens. Oh, well, when spending insight in Berlin, we're not going to be doing that. I shouldn't have clicked that. What an idiot. Okay, let's get spending, right? Is there anything that we need to buy before we do this? I don't think so. I think we don't have access to any new specialists. Oh, I have to get her to Naturalist 3. So we have to either hire somebody who's going to teach us a Naturalist perk, or we have to buy a trinket that gives Naturalist. Classical physics. Yeah, alright, there it is. That's it, right? And then we get +1 study if we have her be a level 4 Naturalist whenever she succeeds on the adventure wheel. That seems somewhat unlikely. But let's take this. Okay, so Minjong learns classical physics. Okay, so now Tales from the Wild will cause her to gain extra study tokens when spending insight in Beijing. That's not bad. That's not a bad haul. Okay, the only other question is if there's any way to get her to level 6 archaeology. I don't think there is. I can't imagine. We do have one more level of archaeology available from a crew member. Is it just... right, these guys don't give perks. Okay, you don't, and there's nothing I can buy that gives another point of archaeology. We looked at this already. Okay, yeah, so we can't get her to level 6. Oh, before we spend our insight, though, I should buy helpers. To upgrade the payout of my discovery tokens. So, merchants and students and lobbyists. Well, I think we probably should just buy basically whoever's cheapest, right? Just get resources. Yeah. I'm hesitating, but this is right. Okay. Do we have merchants still available? Okay, merchants actually are the cheapest. Now, if I spend all the way down, what am I doing? I'm spending 19 insight. We're going to get in the neighborhood of 250, 260-ish status per spend. So never mind. We can go ahead and spend all of our current insight, or all of our current status on hiring guys. It'll be fine. Oh, we don't have stuff upgraded all the way. It unlocks more dudes to buy. Is that upgrades everywhere? Yeah, okay, so that is actually all of the merchants in the game have been purchased. All the ones that we'll ever have access to. Okay, now the spending. Does it make sense to hire a journalist? Because we are going to get encounter tokens. How many more relevant dudes do I have to hire? There's 3 students left, 6 students and a lobbyist, 8 students and 3 lobbyists. I'm wondering if I should hire some improvements to our encounter tokens before I spend anything. We're only going to get 1 encounter token per pull. Yeah, the marginal value of that's pretty bad. Okay, we were at like 4,900-ish, I think, before I started spending insight. I'm just curious how much payout we're going to get from our insight. Okay, so let's hire some more dudes. Actually, we should go here and compare costs. It maybe should have been a lobbyist, but I guess it's probably not going to matter. There is an option you can turn on for fast insight spending. I kind of like the low numbers going up, so I'm probably not ever going to do that. Okay, now we want to cap this out, right? Let's focus on devious extortion. Yes, let's do it. Okay. We can buy dudes. Man, this is a pretty good strategy. Like I keep saying, I have not done a lot of route planning, and I certainly didn't restart when we didn't get optimal treasures or anything. But if you did stuff like that, the payout you get from this plan could be even greater. Minjong seems like an incredibly powerful character. Alright, is that going to be enough to hire another person? It is not. And we've hired all the lobbyists? No, we have one more. Okay, so now it's just a matter of students, and they're very expensive. And at some point we should stop hiring them, and we should commit to getting the rest of our specialists, I think. Who else do we have available? We have some more perks. Yeah, we have like a bunch more perk specialists available. So we're going to want like 450, 650, another 900 on top of that, so 1750, or 1550, rather. We need 1850-ish to buy out all of the specialists, which I think is something that I want to do. So let's just do some quick napkin math. We need about 1850. We are at this point expecting about 300 status per spend, so we need to save like the payout of 7-ish status. Okay, so we'll stop buying helpers when there's about 7 status left. Does any of this stuff... None of this stuff actually matters to our status spending. So let's finish out this tree. 25 renown whenever we solve an encounter on the last island. The crew's enlightened, yeah. So the... There we go. So now every time we finish an encounter devious, we get 2 encounter tokens and a supply. Actually, 3 encounter tokens, one from a treasure, plus 25 renown plus a discovery. So our encounter finishes are going to be very valuable. Okay, what did I say? 7 status? Or 7 insight worth of guys? Or 7 insight worth of tokens I wanted to save? Where do we still have? Students are really expensive. Students get expensive really quickly. I have to say, on the whole, I'm very pleased with how this worked out. This is going to be a good score, I think. It does look like we're going to be able to make it a little bit further into our research papers. I definitely screwed up, though. I wish I hadn't bought this. I clicked way too quickly. I was like, gain +2 study when spending insight. That's great. The question is, do I think I'm going to be able to finish observations? Because finishing observations would be cool. But if I can't finish observations, then I actually probably should go to emotion studies and pick up the improvement for Saturn. So again, with the napkin math, we have 800 research right now as our cost. It's going to rise sharply. I don't have a good estimate, but let's say we need like 3,000 research to get these 3 together. It's probably going to be in that neighborhood, maybe a little less. We can expect a little less than 300. We'll just say 300 for the sake of... So actually, I think I can make it. Actually, I think we're very likely to make it. But I suppose there's no reason to spend right now. What am I even talking about this for? Nothing I do is going to give us more resources right this second, so we should just keep spending. Yeah. I'm doing the math before it's necessary. This is, you know, I have a lot of math training, but I have more than that, computer science training. And the most important tenet of being a computer scientist is that you never do even a tiny bit of work that you don't absolutely have to. Because that's ridiculous. That's what the computer's for. Alright, so how many more scientists can we still hire? Or students, rather. Some. We probably want to stop hiring students any minute now. They're very expensive. Let's do one more student. And then we'll bank for our specialists. Right, yeah, this should be right. We got the payout of that token pretty okay. Our discovery tokens are up to... Yeah, yeah, that's real good. I'm very pleased with how this has gone so far. We have a huge amount of money to work with, too. We're going to be able to outfit everybody, like, real tricked out. Alright, so let's just spend the rest of these. Because what did I figure I needed? 1,800 or so? Yeah, I need like 1,850. So actually at 6 times 300, we actually are going to get enough status right now, probably, or at least close, to buy out all of our specialists. So we should buy one more student. And actually that's all of them, isn't it? Yeah. But I should have bought that earlier. I think I took one spend with a little bit less research than I could have otherwise gotten. And I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to hire all of our specialists. Yeah, not too shabby. I'm not even 100% sure if the specialists in Madrid are worth their value at this point in the game. It may be the case that they're not. Well, whatever. The value of traders and journalists is also sort of iffy for us, so... Yeah, that's quite a bit of science. That is a fair amount of science there. So what have we've gained like well over 2,000 resolve, or renown, just spending tokens here. Okay. So yeah, we are going to get research explorers and improve storage and scientist senses, giving us the ability to learn more from, I don't know, cultural challenges? There's a fair number of cultural challenges in the in Shangri-La. And research brings us more prestige, is that right? We actually are probably going to get more gold than research, although study tokens now give us more research than other stuff. But there's a lot of gold tokens to be had. I'm wondering if it actually is right to go for plus research. Because, yeah, this token gives considerably more gold than research. This gives almost no gold, on the other hand. I think we do go for gold. Maybe. I'm going to do it. Again, this is a thing where the math could be done. I could be convinced otherwise. We do not have enough science for 2 more research papers. So psychology looks pretty bad. We could take engineering and have 3 tools. That's not horrible. The opener of psychology is... I mean, it's not no points, but it's very few points. Yeah, let's do it. 3 tools. Should be good. Okay, let's spend this considerable amount of status. So what do we want to have? We probably want study tokens. Well, we're not going to get her a level 4 engineer, though. That's not going to happen. We could push rogue. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. You want some things really high in Shangri-La, so we should probably focus up a couple of perk groups. Does he have... Okay, he does not have Surprise, so we could have Renowned Explorer Goodmund teach Harry Surprise. That's good. You know, we're probably going to get into a fair number of encounters, and tokens are worth status. Or tokens are worth renown, rather. Yeah, sure. Let's just buff up our payouts. Tactician, Beguiler, Quick Thinker. Beguiler seems like a good way to go. Beautiful Smile is not a perk that he has, right? Yeah. Okay. I think there's a lot of value in focusing rather than spreading out as you approach the final expedition. So do we want to gain another point of Archaeologist or another point of Athlete? I kind of think the answer is... Archaeologist, maybe? It's a crapshoot. I'll take Archaeologist. Diplomat, Naturalist, Rogue... We get him up to, actually, what is it? Merciless. Yeah, he doesn't have Merciless. So we could get him up to 5. Or we could take Min Zhang's Naturalist level up to 4. Or her diplomat level up to 5. Actually, generous. No, she has generous. Yeah, okay, so that's not actually on the table. Let's take rogue. Yeah. Harry is a powerful rogue now. And obviously we want to pick you up. Right, did I just buy us out? Are we good? We are all set. We have quite a lot of status left over. We'll just buy these guys in roughly equal proportion. Okay, 140, 144. Alright, so that leaves us with a mere 9,000-ish gold. Well, let's cap out our defenses. So let's sell all this crummy armor. I think this is definitely the right place. We'll get some legendary boots on you. And you need armor really badly. And you need a memento. Okay, and that's still enough money for everybody to get a 1350 book. And for us to still be able to sort out our trinkets however we wish afterward. Really, like, pretty good. This was an okay turnout. So the Legendary Book of Sadness and the Legendary Book of Rage. And that leaves us with 1,800 gold to buy trinkets. So what do we want for trinkets? We could pick up Tactician Offense. I mean, that doesn't... His Coach Whistle's doing a fine job. Rogue Bluffing? Do you have Rogue Bluffing? You do. I don't even know what to put on people. Naturalist Geology. She doesn't have any Naturalist from trinkets, so it wouldn't... I was thinking, if she had a trinket on that was giving a single point of Naturalist, we could replace it with this and just gain perks. But no such luck. Well, we gotta figure out something to put on Harry. The only thing Harry's really good at is Rogue and Beguiler. We could really pump up his Beguiler level by giving him an Incredible Rose, which gives Seduction and Beautiful Smile. Actually, it only takes him to 5. What's available here? I always forget what these do. I so rarely buy them. Diplomat Politics. Sure, he has it, so that's no way. That's no way to go. To be perfectly honest, is the Rose the best thing to do here? That seems... how about... He has Astonishing, doesn't he? Yeah. The Banjo is just 12 grit, then. That's not that great. For some reason, a Massive Saw gives Quick Thinker. It's a shame we weren't able to get deep enough into the engineering tree to pick up the secret shop, because I'm pretty sure there's a trinket in there that lets you convert some percentage of your grit to attack damage, and that would be really cool for Harry. As it is, I kind of don't even want to spend, like, we could buy him 10 armor. I honestly don't know how good any of these are. Yeah, we could just give him 2 levels of Quick Thinker, make him a better Quick Thinker. I know I said it's better to focus than to spread out, but like Quick Thinker's an okay thing to have around, and he doesn't get 2 meaningful perks from anything else. Yeah, honestly. And then we just have 1,600 gold? That feels wrong. I don't think it is, though. I think this is actually what I want to do. Weird. Alright, well that's going to be it for today. Come back next time, we're headed back to Shangri-La. I know, we've only done the Lost Island once, but this party is not really particularly well suited to it. So, next time, Shangri-La, maybe we'll get lucky and finally meet that Yeti. And we'll see you then.